What's going on YouTube? It's the Dial Up Boys. Garrett here.
And Levi. What's going on, y'all? It's Levi here with the Dial Up Boys, and welcome to episode 1 of Dialed Up Homestead. Alright, we are out here today in the garden, and we have built a new raised garden bed here. Nothing crazy. We're doing this bed as an experiment, taking some dirt that is really clay filled, no real life to it whatsoever, and we're gonna try to change it over 1 year and just kind of see what we can do to make it better. So follow along for that journey. Here it is. It's just some clay. Right here you got some clay and then some dirt, just all kind of mixed together. And we're gonna use, first thing we're gonna do to add is we're gonna take this right here. It is rabbit manure and hay that they've been using over the winter. And I'll show you how we use our meat rabbits to get this hay and manure. And here is the setup for the meat rabbits. So far I only got 2 of the pins set. I got 4 more to go. I need to get more wire. But here's what I do. I get this blue tarp. I get it tacked up on both sides, over there and over there. And as they poop, we got the mesh right here that the poop falls through, and any extra hay that they kind of push through, and then it all piles up down here, and it's great for the garden. And there is a soon-to-be mama right there. You can see how she's just chilling and relaxing in her hutch that she's gonna lay her babies in. Stay tuned for that. We'll have a whole guide on how to raise and take care of meat rabbits. And then here's the daddy over here. And man, he is a beautiful, beautiful buck. There we go. I'm in the greenhouse right now, and man, it is hot in here. It's about 80 degrees outside, so I'm guessing probably close to 110 in here. Man, it's cooking. But I'm going to show you a couple little things that we do to save dollars on the way we start our seeds, because we try to grow everything from seed here at the homestead. So I'll show you these in just a second, but cardboard will break down. We have a few things in here that are plastic, and these plastic ones are gonna be the forever home for that plant. So like right here we have just an old vinegar. You can see it right down here, distilled white vinegar. We have a pepper in there, and as you can tell, hasn't sprouted yet. But here's just some milk jugs with some peppers. And there's some cardboard with peppers. And so we're going to take this cardboard jug, when we are ready to go plant this out in the garden, we're going to take it, we're going to cut it down one of the sides right here. And then after we do that, we're going to cut the bottom out a little bit, and then pick one of these peppers to grow through, because you can't have that peppers grow that close together. And that way that cardboard will just turn into soil eventually, and it'll be good. And we got the same thing going up here with tomatoes. All these are tomatoes. We're gonna pick one on each corner, and then one of the 2 middle ones. And then when we're ready to plant them, we're just gonna cut the cardboard out and then pull the tomatoes out and plant those. We got tomatoes here. We got more peppers and tomatoes, and we got more over here. And here's how we save some dollars. We get our paper towel rolls, or right here is just butter containers or butter boxes, and we just cut them and fold them over on the bottom. And because it's cardboard, it'll eventually turn into soil. Right here we have some beets. We're going to try transplanting beets from something that is made out of cardboard that will turn into soil. Because you're not really supposed to transplant beets because they're a root crop. But we're going to try it this year. Alright, I just got my duck pond water. So the duck pond, we have it set up so then it'll run into a rain barrel, but we don't have the rain barrels out right now. The duck pond water is really good for your garden. It's like liquid fertilizer, straight, natural, everything natural. It's kind of what we're about here at the homestead. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour that all over the raised bed real quick, and then that'll probably be it for this first little step. I'm gonna go plant some raspberries, and here's how we plant bare root raspberries here at the farm. We're gonna plant right next to this tree. We're actually gonna cut that tree out. We got plenty of these little hedge trees everywhere, so it'd be good to get rid of some of them. And this one's kind of just in a weird location, so we're gonna go ahead and get rid of it and plant some raspberries. So stay tuned and watch how we plant our bare root raspberries. Just a bare root, one cane, non-GMO raspberries. I think we got them from Walmart or Sam's Club. I got a little bucket of water right here, just deep enough where we can put the roots in, and I'll show you how we get everything set up. All right, so I went ahead and popped the lid off, see, and then all we're gonna do is kind of take it out, and I try to make a little pile right here of all the different mulch that will come out with it. We take the cane with the roots and we put the roots into the water. We try to do our best to let it stay in the water, and then I'll get a rock to put on top of it to keep it down. And you just do the same thing with the other one and wait about 30 minutes to an hour depending on how dry it is. This one was not very dry, so probably give it about 30 minutes, and then I'll show you how we set it up in the holes. I got the hole. They've been in the water for almost an hour. I got some compost here. I'm just gonna put a little bit of compost at the very bottom. And then after you put that in there, I take my root, make sure it's nice and ready, and you want to get them all splayed out as much as you can. I kind of push it into the compost just a little bit, and I put a little bit more compost on top. And then after that, all you do is backfill it, and that's it. It's easy, simple. Bare roots are the cheaper option for most case, but I don't know. To me, it's always worked out well. I think this is the best way to do it, using some compost, trying to keep it as natural as possible. If you want to do some fertilizer, that's great, but I would stick with organic fertilizer, so that way it breaks down slowly. You're not getting just a big burst of fertilizer right up front, and then it'll slowly die off after that. So stay tuned, and I'll keep showing you how we do stuff here at the homestead. All right, after we get that cane in the ground and we backfill it, I take this extra little wood chips that they send, and I kind of pour it around, and I use this for the mulch. And then after that, you just pour your water on it and water it every once in a while. You don't need to overwater them or they will drown, but there you go. That's all you got to do. So here's the roots on the raspberry, and here's what I do. I kind of just take it and spread them out and make sure that they get just pushed down into that compost just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. I put just a little bit more compost on top of that, and then I backfill it. I'm out in the garden today, my in-ground garden, and I'll just kind of give you a little rundown of what we got going on. So here it is. Right here is our onions. These are just yellow onions. And then we have the potato rows. We have two different kinds of potatoes. We have a yellow potato, or I think they're gold potatoes, what you really call them. And then we have red potatoes. And then that half over there is going to be like pumpkins and sweet corn and stuff like that. And this over here will be tomatoes and peppers and other fun things like squash and cucumbers. So, and watch and see how we turn this garden that's just covered in weeds and not very good soil, and watch how we use the natural way to turn it back into a healthy and vibrant producing garden. All right, I'm out here at the orchard and I got 2 peach trees, an apple tree, and there's a plum tree already planted. I got those planted last year. This year we're gonna add a couple nectarines and then another plum. We already have a few other fruit trees on the property, but this is just what we're gonna plant this year. We got some more bushes like the raspberries, blueberries, and strawberries. So we kind of maxed out our long-term plant budget with the berries. So stay tuned. I'll show you how we plant these. These aren't bare roots. We do it a little bit different. Got the hole dug, got the plant, got the dog, 2 more dogs. I'm gonna use that water, and I got some compost. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna break the roots apart a little bit, and then we're gonna put just about a scoop of compost in there, and then about half that bucket of water. Backfill it, a little more compost, a little more water, and there we go. All right, here's how we do it. All right, we got the compost in there, and as you can see by that root ball, it is just bound up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of lay it on its side, and I like to just press it a little bit, squeeze it. I don't want to rip them. We're gonna kind of wiggle them around a little bit like that to kind of break that loose. Yeah, it's pretty much the only thing we really do different between this and bare roots, because bare roots obviously don't have a root ball. They're just already broken up like this. But see, even just that little bit kind of lets it start to get ready to go on and grow. So there we go. We'll just do that, do a little more on the sides, and then we will plant it, add our water. All right, I got the last one planted. This is the plum tree, and with regular watering and making sure like nothing destroys it, in 1 year we got this much growth. Got the same tree, same variety from the same store, almost 1 year to the day later, and that is 1 year's worth of growth right there. Little thing, should be able to get some plums off of this year. And that's it for the first week at Up Homestead. So stay tuned for more gardening and homesteading videos. We'll try to do some weekly ones, but I think we're at least going to get a couple times a month. So stay tuned for full week updates out here on the homestead.